I didn't sell out, son. I bought in. Keep that in mind.
Welcome to the Independent Characters, episode 270. This is Carl.
This is Adon.
And, yeah. Hey, thanks for braving the traffic all the way up here.
Oh, my goodness. Pretty wild
Long
today.
drive.
Yeah.
Longer than usual.
No, well, yeah. One or two accidents and, man, the whole thing just spirals out of control.
This episode, we are on part 2 of our discussion about Titans. And this episode, we are talking about Chaos and Xenos Titans.
Yes.
And Titan-like
objects.
I didn't know how to finish that. Additionally, this show is sponsored by Doc Dragon and Pixels of Grimm.
Dragon.
I may have mentioned Doc Dragon before as a sponsor, but I had to do it again. He's just been so helpful in the community.
Yeah. Well, last time you were thanking him for helping out, but now this is actually the sponsor.
This is like
thing.
Yeah.
Doc's awesome, dude.
He is a great guy.
Yeah.
And he used to run events here.
Yep.
And I don't think he does anymore.
Less concept like that.
Hasn't for a long time, but
we used to go
some of my first tournaments I ever played in. It's how I met you guys.
Right. And then also he used to run with a group up in the Santa Rosa area. He used to go up there and play other games up there.
Yeah.
Historicals and things.
So Pixels of Grimm and Doc Dragon, thank you so much for your support.
Doc Dragon and I won it was called the Twin Linked event at Great Escape, at the place in Sacramento, whose name is failing me right now.
No, it is Great Escape, wasn't it?
Great Escape Games, in Sacramento. We won a best sports at a Twin Linked event.
Best sports is.
I think
that's the most important.
We took two.
I've always said that.
But get this: we took 2 Black Templar armies, double Land Raiders each.
What a bunch of sportsmen you guys are.
But we won best sports.
Well, it's how you play, right?
Exactly.
I mean,
exactly. It was a good time.
Anyway, as you know, we're part of the Goonhammer Media Network, so you can check out media.goonhammer.com for more shows and information. And then, as I said already, we're going to go over Xenos and Chaos Titans in this episode. And again, this isn't. I don't know. This is an exhaustive discussion. It's not a show of force,
right? Yeah.
But it is
kind of just.
I learned a few things.
Yeah, kind of let you know what things going on. Yeah, that's the nice thing about these things. Yeah. We do some research and you kind of go, "Oh, I didn't know that."
Yeah, there were a few things I learned this go around. So why don't we leap into Elite Choice, and why don't you go first?
You want me to go first? Yeah. Okay. So I picked Charlie B from the Discord. He had a unit of Cobalt Scions. One of the things about the Hobby Progress Challenge is there's so much good stuff up there.
Yeah.
And just trying to pick one out of a 2-week period is hard, right? And
especially as you get towards the end of the month because everybody's turning in
exactly.
Yeah.
And there was things like Liz's small little Eldar guys.
Dude,
and
I
like
almost
that.
picked those two.
I know.
I love her tiny Eldar project.
Yeah, the tiny Eldar project is pretty awesome. But and it's like, what do you pick? Right, but these, as I'm scrolling through the pictures,
why did these jump out at you?
Well,
other than them being jump pack marines.
Well, they're jump pack marines, so they jumped right off the page at me. No, I just thought I know that you like the really battle damage kind of look. I like these. They're kind of
I like clean look too.
Very nice, clean look. Yeah. The blue and white. At first, I thought, more Ultramarines.
That's what I thought.
But they're not Ultramarines. And I like the way that he has the highlighting done. I do like. I'm looking at. I think that the emblems are modified Imperial Fist emblems.
Looks like it.
I don't think they're freehand.
No.
But he's got his apothecary in there in the group and stuff like that. I thought as I'm going through, it's kind of the way I shop sometimes. It's just whatever grabs you, right?
Yeah.
And this kind of grabbed me. I like the base, the way the base is offset, the colors from the models. I just think it's good work.
Yeah, I agree. Super
and I think
clean.
that the plasma pistol is not overdone. Sometimes you see people do the quote unquote glow effect with the.
That's what I do on mine.
Plasma pistol, and it's just like
sometimes
way
it's
overblown.
Yeah. I don't know. Sometimes I really dig it. I think they're beautiful. I think that's what people, it's interesting. You said, I like the battle damage look. I do. I wouldn't say I painted any armies like that.
Right.
Most of mine are clean.
Right.
Cause I'm a big chicken.
Yeah. It's, I mean, don't get me wrong. It takes skill.
Yeah. Without a doubt.
To do that and make it look good and not just make it look messy. Right.
Well, let me tell you what I picked.
You picked a very small model.
I've been watching the progress on this.
Yeah.
And I've been fascinated with how good it was looking. This is on our Discord, Hobby ADHD, in Facebook, Kevin Fanoof.
Yep.
Who you have a
Montreal.
little bit of a missed history with.
Yeah. So he's in Montreal, and he is very prolific. But what did you pick?
Well, I picked his Prince Vaudry.
Yeah.
Riding this undead, I guess it's a drake, or you could call it a dragon.
Zombie dragon.
Yeah. So I picked this. I watched the progress on this while he was doing it. I absolutely loved what he was doing with like the skin of the dragon and the wings and like everything.
So is this a chaos demon army for 40K?
No. But everything had so much depth to it and detail in the dragon face and everything there that I was really blown away. And when he finished it, I was super excited to see you finish it. Now,
Age of Sigmar model.
Yeah, it's an Age of Sigmar model. I have one small critique.
Okay.
And I'm hesitant to ever critique anything. But the thing is, everything looks so textured and so well done. And then I get to the armor on the prince himself. And to me, it just looks flat in comparison to the rest. Like the rest of it is so freaking cool.
Yeah.
And I'm like, red is for me very hard to not make flat.
Yep.
For me. Right. Like blue is so much easier of a color I feel to deal with than red.
Yeah. A little bit more. I see what you're saying. It has some more highlighting and stuff like that.
But I mean, like, even look at like the little chalice thing. Like,
the purple chalice.
Like, it has tons of texture to it. And then I'm like, well, what happened with the armor? And now, to be fair,
the baby was crying. So here's the thing. So Kevin lives in Montreal.
Yeah.
And this last year when we had the race in Montreal, I actually had arranged to go up a day early so I could play some Age of Sigmar with Kevin, because he's really big into Underworlds and Warcry.
Yeah, okay.
And the model you picked is an Age of Sigmar model.
Yes.
And he's super prolific with his painting, and he's very good at it. And I say, oh yeah, let's play a game. And okay, so we had it all set up. And then his wife had a baby.
Well,
like
that happens.
4 weeks before I showed up, and it's like, okay, well, I guess I'm going to be exploring Montreal for a day, which was actually really nice.
Should have sent him some of the independent characters condoms. I'm telling you.
Okay.
Keep your gaming alive. There's some kind of rhyme there I'll come up with.
You'll come up with it.
Anyway, the model's fantastic.
Yes.
And I don't mean to focus on that little piece of it. But I mean, what I was going to say is, to be fair, it could be the photograph of it too. Red also tends to photograph in some cases looking a little flat.
Yep.
So it could be that. But man, I would not be disappointed to have this model in my collection.
Are you kidding me? And that thing is awesome. And like I say, he's
so good.
Very good and very fast.
Yeah.
The stuff that he has on the Lords and Heroes Facebook page, he cranks out those war bands like it's going out of style.
It's amazing.
Yeah, really good stuff.
All right, so let's talk about Shell's Kiss.
Yes.
Now here,
let's talk about Shell's Kiss.
Let's preface this by saying I very much love my wife. But
I love it.
Little Squish.
Yes.
Which is the painter involved here.
Yes.
You know how I feel about this.
Got the jetpacks going. It's got the big thunder hammer going.
You know how I feel about crossing the streams.
He's gonna smash his enemies to infinity and beyond.
In particular, with this particular skin.
Yeah. Even got the bubble helmet.
I detest it. Now, it's my thing. Like, here's the thing though, and Shell said this. She said, if you look at it very closely, it is painted really well. Yeah. And I am not arguing that point. Like, it is. Look at the flames. Like, the flames look good.
Oh, yeah.
Look at the base the guy with the thunderhammer standing on.
Yeah.
Like, it's very well done. It looks fantastic in that regard.
As he's buzzing along there.
In that regard, the skill it took, it took some skill. Even the faces look fantastic.
Yeah. Inside the bubble helmets.
Yeah.
I will say,
Shell picked it because she said, and I quote, "I saw it and it made me giggle."
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So
All right,
I will
little
say,
squish. You've made an enemy this day, but you have also made
a fan.
an ally in my wife. So,
so I will say that when you see the whole units together, it's too many bubble helmets for me. If it had been one character, I would have been good with it. But with all the different bubble helmets,
you know what's interesting is I kind of like the bubble helmets.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah, like in a way, like I kind of dig it. You know why? Because it has a StarCraft kind of vibe to it.
Yeah.
And so I'm actually very much okay with that aspect of it.
Well, I mean, and most like the unit that's in the front is not painted.
Have we been clear as to what this is? Like this is a crossover between Buzz Lightyear.
Yeah, I think it was pretty clear.
And the Star Command and the
Space Marines.
I just want to make sure like everybody's clear. Look, we'll put the pictures up in the shared, Facebook group and in the Discord channel, but it's just not for me. I've said this 100 times. It's fine.
I mean, if you look at the guys in green, if the entire army had been painted in that color scheme, then you don't really get that sense of the crossover.
No, you don't get that. You don't get that vibe.
Right. It's the.
But I really like the flame.
The white, purple, and green.
I like the jump flames, pack effects.
Yeah.
They
when
look
I first
really
saw
good.
it, I thought there was an LED in it.
Oh, I could see why you would think that
because it's so well painted.
It
looks like it's lit.
Yeah, it is lit. Isn't that what the kids are saying?
That's the kids say.
I don't think they say that anymore. Anyway, fantastic.
That's
work.
fire, man.
Fantastic. Definitely don't say that. We're so old.
I know.
Fantastic work.
Yep.
Little squish. It's appreciated by at least 2 people in this household at the moment. So there you go. I do appreciate the quality it is done with.
Yeah. Well done.
Without a doubt, like very skilled. All right. Should we jump into hobby progress?
Let's jump into hobby progress.
Listen, this is going to go real fast. I am in a hobby rut.
What's up with that?
I don't know. I'll tell you what's up with that. Video games.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I mean, they are your 40K hobby progress killer.
They are the mind killer.
And I've been playing the stupid Arc Raiders with Blake and Ed and Travis and those guys. And I don't know how Ed's getting painting done because we're playing this stupid game a lot. And then Space Marine 2 just released like a new release of
a new
level and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm like, maybe I need to re-download that again. But I do need to get to my Knights, especially because I got a little bit of a deadline. And I haven't really been even doing driving.
What?
No, not for 3 weeks. Now, you're talking about simulator driving.
Yeah.
I've just work has been very busy. And the interesting thing is like, it's super easy. And this is the problem with video games.
Yeah.
With most video games, it's super easy to jump in and then jump out. Whereas even though I have a setup for painting and it's fairly quick for me to get started painting, at the end of the day, I'm just like, do I really want to get up and go do this?
And there is a setup. Yeah.
Jump into this.
Yeah.
And so that's what I've been doing. And I've been laughing a lot with Ed and Blake, and those guys just crack me up.
Yeah, it's a lot
of fun.
know
what's funny about Travis? Like, you've been around Travis quite a bit.
Yeah.
I mean, he's just such a good-natured guy.
Yeah.
Never seen him get so angry as he does at this video game.
Oh, really?
Like, loses his temper.
Wow.
And I'm like, whoa. And then Blake and Ed, who spend a lot more time with Travis than we do, they're like, oh yeah, he's like that. I'm like, I've never seen this side of Travis. Like, he gets so angry at these guys. When he gets killed, he'll just be like so mad about what just happened.
Oh wow.
So it's
and I could also see Ed is the kind of guy who would spin him up too.
No, he really doesn't. Not in this case though. We do laugh a lot at each other's expense.
Yes.
Like anytime something happens.
Right. Yeah. No, yeah.
It's not one.
That's very much the vibe with that group.
So I've since we recorded last episode, I've done nothing hobby wise.
Wow. Okay.
I haven't bought anything. I haven't.
Wow.
Even though I've been tempted on that the new Warhammer Quest thing.
Yes. That goes up for pre-order on Saturday.
Yeah, but Aaron's buying it, so I'm not.
Oh yeah, you don't need to buy it.
No, I already have Curse City, which we're gonna play this coming weekend. Yeah.
I forgot to bring it. In one of the recent White Dwarfs stacks that I have, there's a couple of scenarios for Curse City.
Oh, nice. I might have them over there. I've been buying.
Okay, good.
My issue this month has not arrived yet, and I'm
neither is mine.
And I'm kind of like, for the first time in a long time, like every day the mail comes, I'm like, oh, is it here? Like I'm very much looking forward to it.
The new phone book is here. The new phone book is here.
I'm very, most of our listeners are like, what's a phone book?
I know that's such an old reference.
I'm very much looking forward to each issue coming out.
Yeah.
So yeah. So anyway.
I have enjoyed the White Dwarfs, and what I do with them, I've said this before, and I know that it really pains folks, but I rip them up. I tear the books apart, and I get rid of the pages that I'm never going to use, and then I keep the stuff that I like and that I'm going to use, like painting tutorials.
What do you keep it in? Like how do you
3-hole punch it?
Oh, okay. Okay.
So, yeah.
Interesting. Well, I'm definitely keeping. I pull out the mission.
Oh, the missions for sure.
I am very much.
They're
enjoy
so
playing
fun.
Those missions.
They're so fun. Yeah. So I did a couple things. I did some stuff that is a non-Warhammer game called Conquest: The Last Argument of Kings. And so
This is the one Blake is into, right?
I think so. Yeah. So I built a couple units for that. And then realized that one of the starters I bought was for the skirmish version of the game and not the army version of the game.
Okay.
So most units have at least 12 models in them, but in this one, it only had 6. And so I'm like, what do I do with 6? I can't even field them in the larger game. So I ended up buying some more stuff. So anyway,
as you do.
As you do. Yeah. And then I was starting to work on my Fury Road orcs again because I'm taking them to war on the shore.
It's coming up quick, dude.
I know. I have the little ticklers on my calendar. So, and I posted some pictures in the Discord, and I think also on the Facebook page. But there's the 2 units of I forget what they're called. The Wrecker Crew, I think is what it's called. The guys with the big hammers and stuff that jump out of the trucks.
Okay.
And they were a kill team, and then they use them in the regular game.
Okay.
And they have bomb squigs. Squigs with bombs actually literally attached to them.
Yeah.
And so I really kind of got into painting the squigs. It's like, they don't last very long. Why am I putting so much time and effort into them? But I like
do
squigs.
What you enjoy.
Yeah. But then the other thing I was doing, so there's 2 units. And so I said, I'm going to try something a little different. So for one of the units, I was doing the slap chop dry brush.
Yeah.
And I used the orc flesh contrast paint. And then the other unit, I did the slap chop dry brush thing. And then I used wog flesh, which is a base paint.
Okay.
And mixed with contrast medium.
Okay. How'd that work out? Because I think that would still be a little thick. But
it is a little bit thick. Depends on how well you mix it. But the thing that...
It's just a heavier pigment in it.
Right.
Yeah. I understand why you're trying to dilute it a little bit.
Well,
how did it work?
And when you use the contrast medium, it does tend to work a little bit more like a contrast paint.
Okay.
It's interesting, though, is that the wog flesh is a much...
completely unprofessional.
I know, sorry. Is a much bluer...
Was that your tickler for your...
Yeah, that's what it was.
Easy there, Tiger.
It's a much bluer green
Yeah.
than the orc flesh has a more yellow tone to it. And I'm looking at it, I was like, oh, that's pretty good. And then I'm thinking, why am I going to all this trouble to do all the dry brushing and all that kind of stuff? Because what I'm going to end up doing, so I changed gears. I just painted the wog flesh onto the black primer because what I'm going to do anyway is do a really kind of rough, kind of heavy white dry brush over the green because they're supposed to be war boys. So they're supposed to be wearing that white paint from the movie.
Gotcha.
And then a black streak across the eyes and a daub of silver on the mouth. And so that's the paint scheme. And so I'm going to all this trouble and I'm doing the contrast thing and I'm looking and I go, oh, okay, this is looking pretty good. And then I'm like, what am I doing?
Right.
Because it's a waste of time.
Right.
That part of it is a waste of time. So I just put a bunch of wog flesh in the other guys.
Okay. Fair enough.
So I'm painting orcs.
Games played. I think we know where this is going with me. So
yeah. So
nothing.
So you're in a game rut as well as a hobby.
It's just I've been distracted. I mean, I say video games, but work has been busy, and the holidays are coming up now, and so I'm hoping to get something. But like I said, this coming weekend, I'm supposed to play some more Curse City with Aaron.
Yeah.
And
cool. Yeah, so I played a learning game of Conquest with Mike Montessa. Realized we actually hadn't played a game together, I think, since I moved away from town. So it's been over 5 years that he and I actually sat down at a table and played a game. So that was a lot of fun. and felt like really old times playing a game with Mike on an in-game table, and learned a lot. I enjoyed it. It's similar enough to Fantasy Battle to feel familiar, but different enough to be interesting.
They are all square based and they move in blocks, right?
So they are on square trays, but they're on round bases.
Oh, interesting. So, okay.
So because they do have a skirmish version of the game as well.
Which is then played free.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Well, that's kind of cool.
It's smart. Yeah, it's a smart way to go. In fact, I wish that Age of Sigmar would have come out with
a similar
thing when
approach.
they went to Old World, so that you could use Age of Sigmar models on the round bases in the square
Maybe
trays.
you'll see how popular
A lot of people
Conquest is and then copy it.
A lot of people do that already.
Yeah.
They print their own trays.
Sure.
I just wish the company had
Done
the foresight to
from the
jump on
get-go.
that.
Yeah.
But anyway, so that was fun. I enjoyed it. And like I said, it kind of prompted me to start building some more stuff for that. And then, man, I've been up and down the state so much.
Yeah, you got to be tired of driving that route.
Driving it, flying it.
Yeah.
And it really, I mean, I'm not kidding. I do literally have days when I wake up and go, what city am I in?
A lot of people don't also realize, I'm sure people in the U.S. realize, but our listeners outside the U.S. may not realize just how long California is.
Yeah.
Like, it is a big state. And I remember...
It's a six hour.
I had somebody visiting from the UK or Australia, and they were like, "Hey, we're going to be in LA. Can we get together for lunch?" And I'm like, "That's cute."
Okay, you drive 3 hours, I'll drive 3 hours, and we get together for lunch.
That's a 7-hour drive. I mean, like, there are people I will make that trip for, but it's funny because like sometimes the listener will be like, "Hey, I'm going to be in California," and I'm like, "That is so far from where I am."
Yeah.
You know?
Well,
it was funny because when I was in the Army, which, you know, I joined the Army. I actually went into service in 1988. You get grouped with, 30 guys in your platoon.
Right.
And they're from all over the country.
Right.
And it was interesting to see people's opinions of other states at that point. And like people's opinion of California was there's San Francisco and there's a beach and there's Los Angeles and there's earthquakes. And it's like, and there's movies in Los Angeles and the Golden Gate Bridge in San Francisco.
And they don't have any concept of like,
and it's like there's
the Central Valley, all the agriculture, all that stuff.
Most people don't realize how much agriculture there is in California.
It's incredible.
It's a stupid topic for the show. But anyway.
It is.
My point is, it is a long trip that you are doing.
Yes.
And that drive, when you do that drive, is a long straight.
Yes.
Highway 5
is a long straight.
Boring drive.
Especially if you do it in the dark.
Oh, then there's not even, you can't even look at the mountains or anything.
It's horrible.
But okay, one more.
Yes, go ahead.
The other thing I'll say is I went to Dallas one time for a business trip.
Yeah.
And one thing I didn't realize, like Dallas is flat.
Oh yeah.
Whereas California, everywhere there's mountains. And so it's like, I didn't realize just how much I navigate by the mountains, like subconsciously.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, I'm to be the left. I need to be the left of these mountains or, and you get to Dallas or a place that's super flat like that. Like when we go to Chicago, I'm like, I don't know where anything is. Like, I have no reference.
Well, it's like driving through the Central Valley. I mean,
but there's still mountains.
There's still hills, and I don't know if they're, some of them are,
hills to mountains,
hills
whatever.
to mountains. Yeah. Yes, that is a significant change.
All right. Anyway, sorry.
Anyway, but because of that, I've been going back and forth a lot. I haven't been able to set anything up. I did have that one game with Mike, but it wasn't 40K. I do have a game set up for, what day is today? Tuesday. I have a game set up for Friday, the day after Thanksgiving.
It's Tuesday the 25th as we record.
The Tuesday before Thanksgiving, U.S. Thanksgiving. And so on Friday, I do have a game set up with Ethan. We're going to play a 2K game in Southern California.
Jeez, man. Look at you. World traveler.
Oh my gosh. State traveler.
Jet setter.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
All right. So literally no hobby, nothing. But I mean, look.
What do you mean? No, I had hobby.
Okay.
You mean you had no hobby?
Okay. Yeah, you had a little bit of hobby.
No, hey.
You had some.
I did.
I'm not. No, what I'm saying is, here's what I'm saying.
What are you saying,
I think
Carl?
it's also important to share that like everybody gets into these kinds of situations, into these ruts, if you will.
Yeah.
Myself included.
Yeah.
and for me, it kind of comes in bursts. Like I'll do like a whole bunch and then I ease off, and then I do a whole bunch and then I ease off. So I do need to get.
Unless your name is Kevin Fanoof, and then
unless your name's Kevin Fanoof. I do need to get on with my knights, and I will. But
I see it sitting over there on the table.
Been playing ideas for, I'll talk about that next time. I'll talk about when I actually have some progress. But
there you go.
My point is, sometimes it's okay to take a step back and do something else that you enjoy, and then come back to it.
Oh, Era of Ruin. The Horus Heresy book.
Yeah.
I was just re-listening to the last chapter in that book again because
don't spoil.
What?
No spoilers.
Okay. Custodians are involved in the book.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's not
Yes.
Okay.
So the last piece of the book is kind of the from the point of view of one of the custodians.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
All right.
His interactions with Gilliman.
Yeah.
I'm
going to check it out.
Awesome.
I'm going to check it out. Sounds great. All right, let's do this. We're going to take a short break.
Okay.
We'll come back. We'll start talking about Xenos Titans.
Hey, we can do some hobbying in between the break.
No, we can't. Okay. Be right back. All right, we're back. And let's get into Xenos Titans here.
Yes.
First one I want to talk about is the Aeldari, what used to be called Eldar Titans. When these Titans came out in models, they were called Eldar Titans.
There you
go. So this is really interesting, I think, in the sense that it felt like, and this is an answer to the Imperial Titans. I don't know, like in the lore, did one come before the other, or, how did this all come about?
Right.
The Eldar are a much older race, so I would almost assume they had theirs first. But
that would make sense from a lore perspective.
Yeah, but I don't know if, certainly from a game company perspective, it was probably, hey, we have these Titans, and then other races probably have big ones too.
Right, because that in Epic. Right. Is when they first had the Titans.
And you know what occurs to me is when we were talking about knights, we also didn't talk about the Wraith Knight, which is basically an Eldari Knight.
Yeah, but we weren't talking about Xenos.
No, I know.
Okay.
But I mean, I'm just saying, like, we should have shoehorned it in there.
Okay, well, we can shoehorn it in here.
Okay, we can do that. Except I don't have any notes for that. But so I think the primary difference, the physicality, there's a number of differences here in the way that Aeldari War Engines Titans work versus Imperial Titans. We talked a lot during the Imperial Titan episode. You talked a lot about wrestling with the machine spirit of the Titan. We talked about how big these things are and how they move ponderously. Whereas for the Aeldari, these are slender wraithbone constructions that move gracefully across the field. And fast. That's not to say that Imperial Knights don't move fast, but they're clunky in comparison.
Right.
So they're not only built to look aesthetically pleasing to the Eldar, but they're fully functional. And so there's like a grace and beauty piece that kind of is mirrored together, as kind of an answer to the ponderous Imperial Knights or Titans, if you will. So some of the points I wanted to bring out here around the lore is that there's a thematic contrast with the Imperium. So as Imperium Titans, we talked about, a lot of them are worshipped. They are cathedrals.
They're cathedrals,
right? They are within the pseudo religion. I don't know, the religion of the Imperium. Like, these are
God machines.
Yeah, exactly.
That's how they refer to them, as God machines. Yeah.
And where the Aeldari, the Titans are living sculptures.
Right.
They are much like Wraith Lords and Wraith Guard. Like, they are kind of spirit creatures, if you will.
Now but I think that there is a difference, because Wraith Knights and Wraith Lords are actually driven by spirit stones.
That is true.
They're not actually alive. They're not living.
Right.
They're undead, basically. Right. And I believe, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe the Aeldari Titans actually have a living pilot.
They do.
Right.
They do, but yes.
So they are different from the Wraith constructs.
Yes,
in that
correct.
Those Wraith constructs are
autonomous,
and powered by spirit stones. The Aeldari Titans,
we'll talk about the
Revenant Titan and the Phantom Titans
and the Warlock Titan
and the Warlock. They are made of the same material.
Yes,
but they actually have a living, breathing Aeldari pilot.
Yes, but they also have a spirit as well.
They also have,
but rather than dominate that spirit, they have to harmonize.
Right, they harmonize it with it.
Right.
Yeah,
but it's a good point, and I think that's a good point you make.
Yeah, and that it's one of the things about the Wraith Knight. Even though we don't have notes on it specifically, I do have one and use it. The Wraith Knight.
Wraith Knight.
Yeah. One of the things I like about it is that it is similar to the Wraith Guard and the Wraith Lords in that it is an undead construct that's powered by spirit stones.
Does it not have a pilot
as
well? I thought it did.
I don't think so.
Oh, let's put a pin
someone can call us.
Let's put a pin in that.
Someone can call us and let us know.
Yeah, they can call us and let us know. We got a voice message thing. Yeah, I'm not even gonna look that up.
No.
I want you to tell me.
So the Aeldari
listeners,
I expect to hear from Liz very soon.
So, yeah, you know what? She will be able to tell us.
Call us.
Okay, but they do have the interesting thing.
So the Titans, they do have a spirit.
They have lots of spirit stones.
Spirit stones, yeah,
and they whisper kind of guidance to the pilots and this kind of thing.
And they help kind of work the weapon systems and things like that. Yeah,
sure. And because of that, they carry, in theory, like centuries of accumulated knowledge about how to fight and warfare and that kind of thing.
So they're extremely deadly because they have all that experience in there.
But in addition to that, with the Eldar being so psychically driven, the Titans also use things like psychic disruption, hollow fields, distortion weaponry, that kind of thing. So that you're often there are things that are projecting other locations for the vehicles. There, you're
so it's kind of
spiritual,
and it's kind of like an ethereal battle. You're not even sure. It's almost like you said, like fighting a ghost, kind of almost. And the hollow field technology is interesting because that's traditionally been part of the vehicles in general. Hollow fields, and so they leverage that technology with their Titans.
Yeah. So to the Aeldari, these things kind of represent like the height of their civilization at one point and kind of a lost glory that they had.
Right.
Which is, I don't know if they can even make them any longer. I would imagine
it's a dying race, right? And the craft worlds are dying out. And
it says they're irreplaceable in my notes.
Oh, there you go. Well, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I think some of the Titans are actually older than the craft worlds themselves.
So, I mean, if that's the case, I think that answers our earlier question regarding did they come before the Imperial?
Well, of course they did.
Yeah.
I mean, timeline in the lore, yes.
Yeah.
But I think that was okay.
In the lore, yes. In actual game deployment and like
company
idea.
Development, yes. Well, I think
they
that
retro
yes,
said, yeah,
yes,
okay.
yes. I think that they came out with them after the Imperial ones, and then they wrote the lore to match
to predate.
Predate.
Yeah. I think that makes sense.
Yeah.
You would almost call that a what do they call a retcon?
That's not really a retcon. It is a
con.
It's an initial con that kind of
it's new con.
It's new con. Yeah. I don't know what you call it. I mean, basically what they're doing is they're creating a prequel timeline.
Yeah.
Kind of a thing. Yeah.
Future history.
There you go.
Yeah. Okay, so let's talk about the three types.
Or historical future?
Let's talk about the three types.
Okay.
The first is the Revenant Titan. This one is also, it's the lightest one. Sometimes it's called a Revenant Scout Titan.
Yep.
This is the one that Justin owns, by the way.
Yep.
And I don't like fighting this thing.
Yeah,
at least I didn't in 7th edition.
They're nasty.
Yeah.
Or
I don't know how they are
I haven't
now.
played them in the current edition, but they're nasty.
So, much like the Warhound for the Imperials is a Scout Titan, this is a Scout Titan. It's a skirmisher. Mm-hmm. It's fast moving.
They have jump jets.
Yeah. They can fly. Oh, leap. Yeah.
They
can do hit and run strikes.
Very annoying.
The interesting thing about them is like the lore really leans into how fast Eldar vehicles are,
right?
Or Eldari vehicles,
right?
I may call them Eldari, same thing. And so I think in the past when I have played against them, they are very fast and move around quite a bit.
Yeah.
They're usually armed with like twin pulsar energy lances,
Twin pulsars, man.
or sonic lances, and defensive missile arrays. They can, as you said, they have jump jets, anti-gravity propulsion, so they're capable of darting between terrain features and then attacking from angles that people don't expect.
Yeah. They're annoying.
Like Imperial Titans, all of these things have personalities as well. And the personality of these tend to be restless and predatory, and they're piloted by twins or bonded souls.
Yes.
That's the cool kind of like detail here.
But it reminds me of Pacific Rim.
I was going to say the same thing.
Yeah.
But they have to be synchronized.
Yeah. And it's exactly the way they have. I mean,
maybe
it's
Pacific
almost
Rim
like
stole it.
I think Pacific Rim may have borrowed and lifted some ideas. Whatever. It's just like game mechanics and board games. The mechanics get used in a lot of different settings. It's just
So they're fast. They hit hard.
And I think that it's interesting. I mean, they're not that unusual. They're not that dissimilar to how the Warhound Titans are described.
Correct. I mean,
Predatory
they serve
Scout
a
Titans
similar function.
Yeah, but they have a kind of a similar vibe in my head in terms of that kind of predatory kind of
I can see it.
stalking kind of creature.
I can see it, but faster.
Yes, faster, definitely faster.
So then next you have the Phantom Titan.
I hate this thing.
Why do you hate it? Do you hate the look of it, or you hate it on the table?
On the table.
Oh,
We'll talk about that later.
I've never played against one.
Yeah.
So this is the main battle Titan of the Aeldari. It actually came out when the Imperial Armor book for
two or three.
No. Oh no. It came out much later than that. It was like
The Maimarari, or the Doom of
Doom of Maimarari.
There you go.
Yep.
That one.
When that one came out, that's when this model released.
And the images in that book are
stunning.
really great.
Stunning. I liked the additional units for Eldar they added in that unit.
Yep.
I have some for Shell's Eldar.
Yeah, the specters, the shadow specters.
Shadow specters.
They're
They're
such great
awesome.
models.
I mean, they really did a lot to add to that line in that book.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the story's not very good. And that was the feedback we gave when we covered it.
Yeah.
I remember giving that feedback to Alan, and he didn't write it. So anyway, so this is the Aeldari version of kind of the Reaver class Titan for the Imperials. It's a central line Titan.
Reaver or Warlord?
Reaver.
Okay.
They actually don't really have a Warlord class.
No.
Titan.
I mean, so this kind of is like in between the two, I think.
We'll talk about this in a second because they have a unique version of this as well. But these are big.
Yeah.
They are big.
Yes, they're large models.
And again, hollow fields to distort sensor readings, making it impossible, hard to target accurately. Like for something so large, it's like, oh, you can't hit the broadside of a barn. Well, where is it? It's over there. It's over there.
Yeah.
I always kind of thought of it kind of like the Dungeons and Dragons spell mirror image, where it like kind of projects like different locations of it. So
Okay.
that's how I have always thought about it.
Yeah. Whatever that was. Yeah.
You play Dungeons and Dragons?
I don't know what that thing is, but
It's a spell. Yeah. Okay. The title of the spell is mirror image.
Oh, the spell. I thought you were talking about some type of creature.
No, it projects multiple
mirror
copies of
got
yourself.
It, yes.
No, jeez, God. No.
So this Titan is interesting to me because it incorporates a lot more of like the spirit of the dead than the other one does.
Yeah.
The other one's more about the twin pilots and the synchronized consciousnesses.
Mm-hmm.
This one relies a lot more on that coordinating with the spirit of the undead, represented by the spirit stones that help pilot the Titan. Mm-hmm. And I think that's really cool.
And it's the spirits of either Aeldari seers or warriors,
right,
that help like kind of guide them through this spirit matrix that's built into the Titan itself.
Yeah, and I just always kind of envision a spirit seer, a host of spirit seers on the ground, kind of coordinating the attacks of these huge Titans.
That's kind of cool.
And
that's conceptually very cool.
Conceptually very cool. I would love to do something like that.
It is a gorgeous model.
Yeah.
Like big. It is a stunningly gorgeous model. So it's I mean it's massive, it's huge. It's highly detailed. You can see it. So now I want to talk about the Warlock Titan, because this was something I didn't know about.
Yes.
The Warlock Titan is really kind of a variation of the Phantom Titan, but it looks very different. You actually can't buy a 40K model.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah.
There might have been an armor cast one at one point, I think.
Okay.
But there were small ones for Epic.
Okay.
40K Epic, right? And they're metal. The small ones are metal and expensive and hard to find at this point. So what people have done is they've like 3D printed, kits that you can adapt to a Phantom Titan to make the Warlock Titan. Now, what's the Warlock Titan? It's a psychic command Titan. So this is the rarest and most dangerous of the Aeldari
This sounds
Titans.
strangely familiar.
Yeah, does it? It's piloted by an Aeldari Seer Council.
Yes, the whole council.
That's freaking amazing.
Yeah. Well, I like the fact that it has witch blades and wraith glaives.
But they're linked psychically into the Titan spirit matrix. So the whole thing is basically a colossal psyker.
Yeah.
Which is really, really cool.
Yeah.
Like conceptually. For those who haven't...
It's a coven of witches driving a battle titan.
Right. And for a long time, I think in like 5th and 6th and 7th edition, like... Before 7th, in 5th edition, like Seer Council was like the only way to really play Eldar.
Yeah.
And man, when you fought them, like it was tough.
Yeah.
But that was like the only viable method of competing for Eldar at that time. So anyway, to picture like that group of psychers commanding this thing, that's pretty amazing. So it can unleash like Titan psychic abilities, warp storms, protective energy fields, disrupt enemy void shields through psychic interruption. As you said, it has a witch blade or wraith glaive.
Yeah. And so if you play Eldar or played against Eldari, the glaives, the wraith glaives that the Wraith Guard use, those are even at the infantry level, they're nasty. Can you imagine at a Titan level?
Yeah. And they can also generate like psychic fields that enhance nearby Aeldari.
Which makes sense because there's a Seer Council in it. That makes sense.
Yeah. So what were you going to compare it to?
Something called a Warlord Sinister Psi Titan.
Yeah. I mean, I think it feels even more at home here.
Yeah.
But I mean, they're both very cool. Yeah. They're both very cool.
I mean, I think the Warlock Titan, I agree with you. I think the Warlock Titan fits into the kind of the theme of Aeldari better than the Psi Titan does.
Well, the Psi Titan feels like forbidden, right? Like, it feels like you're messing with something.
We shouldn't do this.
We
Whereas
shouldn't do
for
this. The Eldar, it feels like, and then I cross the street.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
So I think it's very cool. So, all right, let's talk about how these models have been represented in various games. So in Warhammer 40,000 or Apocalypse.
Yeah, you already talked about the Warlock Titans, the weird way to
actually create them. And I don't know that there's even rules for them. Like I think they would have to be fan-made rules.
I don't think so, yeah.
No. But conceptually super cool.
Yeah.
So there's Forge World models for the Phantom and Revenant Titans.
Right.
They're resin. They're a lot of work, as resin can be at that scale.
Yep.
But man, they're pretty beautiful. I actually think the Phantom Titan is cooler looking than the Revenant, personally.
The Phantom's the smaller one?
The bigger one.
The bigger one. Okay.
Yeah. Just to me. It probably has something to do also with it being a newer model.
Oh, maybe. But I have never seen, because I used to sell them. I have never seen one come out of the box that didn't need to get the resin straightened in some way.
It doesn't
Especially the
surprise me.
pulsar rifles.
Yeah, they are very thin and long.
Yeah,
but I mean,
but they're not that hard to fix.
Hot water.
Yeah,
like
they're not that hard to
fix
fix. And we had one built at the shop, and they're such beautiful models
when they are painted well.
Really nice.
Like the ones at Forge World or Warhammer World, when you go there and you see them,
yeah,
it is impressive.
There's one it was online where the head, it was almost like a mirror, and it had a bunch of faces painted into it, so it looks like there's these faces in the mirror. It's wild. I mean, the things that people do with these models. And the interesting thing about the model is like it has so many surfaces that if you are that talented, like you can do a lot with that. So, but they're very elegant, very much fit the idea of wraith constructs. When you see it, you immediately go, "Oh, yeah, that's what that should look like."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's because sometimes you see models, you're kind of like, oh, okay, and they kind of shoehorn that in, but not these, man.
So let's talk about our experience in playing against these.
Yes.
Here. So I remember Justin and I played a while back. This is 7th edition. I had my Warhound. He brought his Eldar Scout Titan at that time.
7th edition. So this is more than 7 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just that thing just destroyed everything it
Yeah.
touched.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, there was not even...
Back those days, though, a lot of the Forge World units were a little overpowered.
They could be.
Yeah.
Yeah. But man, it was fast and it jumped around the table and Justin had painted it. It looked gorgeous.
Yep.
You know, but I have a probably an irrational fear of them at this point.
Well, see, and Justin being the longtime Drukhari player that he is, he's very good at jumping things in and out of terrain so that you can't shoot it, but he's going to destroy you.
Yeah, he was very
good at
with
that.
what he was doing.
Yeah.
So he's a better player than I am. So what are you going to do? So that's been kind of my main experience with it.
You're going to lose.
You were talking about the Phantom Titan and why you hated...
The very first time I ever played Apocalypse, we put this game together. Guy brings out this Phantom Titan.
Yeah.
And I had a Land Raider Crusader full of models.
No, you didn't.
No, I didn't. He just deleted it from the table. And, well, there was a whole discussion around, hey, you know, this is the first time people are doing this. So let's not be...
it's tough.
Let's not be bad about it.
This is the one place I get to play my...
Right, but, well, anyway, it was a whole long story. It created some bad feelings because he was just deleting stuff without even any concern for what other people were trying to do, and it's all right.
Okay, how do you really feel about it? Okay, but how did it look on the table? How did it...
It was very much a dominating presence on the table. It was, at the time that the rules the way they were, it was almost impossible to harm it.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And it was very, very intimidating to see that thing on the table, the big one.
Yeah.
The smaller ones, you know, they're even today,
still tough.
They're still tough, but you can deal with them.
Yeah.
Especially since there's a lot of things on the table like knights and things like that can
also
deal some damage.
Anything can wound anything. So,
now, you're right.
Yeah. I mean, just a lot of sixes.
But no, that Phantom, man, I just, oof. And there were armor cast versions of these too.
There were. I
know.
I got to tell you, I'm not a fan of the armor cast stuff. I know that some people are like big fans of it and they think it's fun and maybe funny.
It's very dated.
But
they're kind of cartoony.
Yeah, in a big way. It doesn't work for me.
Right.
So, okay. So you had that one experience. Have you had any additional experiences against...
Well, just Revenants, the smaller ones. That was the only time I've ever seen a Phantom on the table.
I still feel
I like the Revenants a lot.
Much like I feel with the Imperial Titans, like these really belong in
big games. Yeah.
Like I just feel like personally, I just feel like they don't fit. But I feel that way for a lot of things like this, like even for things like brass scorpions or that kind of thing.
Or even on some level, Baneblade variants.
Very much so.
Yeah.
They were never really intended to be played in this size of game. And I just feel like it kind of throws things off a little bit. Now, it may be different now. To be fair, I'm limited experience against knights and that kind of thing.
Right.
And so with knights on the table, maybe it's a whole different ball game. But again, I kind of prefer these at a much larger scale.
Yeah, I like seeing them.
Sure, I mean, without a doubt.
I feel like I don't see them as often as I see Imperial Titans.
Yeah.
And I think they're elegant and look so good.
I got to tell you, after like doing the research on this and stuff, I was like, maybe I could get one of these for shells.
Yeah.
What am I doing? We haven't played shells at Eldar in a while, even though I've really actually been
the Sheldar are great.
Kind of thinking about playing them.
Yeah.
I do need to get new bases for like the grav tanks. Like I don't like the little stick bases that they had originally, and I just want a thicker base. I swear
there's a lot of different.
I could probably 3D print this.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah. So anyway, and then Legions Imperialis, Adeptus Titanicus. These don't exist in these games. Now there has been like a lot of interest from the players in
and some players community members have created their own rules for them. At that scale.
And I mean, I often thought like, oh well, you could take a Wraith Lord and that could be your Revenant Titan.
Yeah.
Or your Phantom Titan, and you could take the Wraith Guard, and they could literally.
Oh, in terms of size on the table.
I mean, they almost work to that degree.
Yeah.
But I mean, again, they don't exist, unfortunately. And even though they don't exist in the game, even though they actually exist in that timeline.
Yes.
The Horus Heresy timeline.
Technically, they existed before the Horus Heresy.
Exactly. And speaking of Horus Heresy, like they don't exist in that game either.
Yeah.
Though, I mean, technically they're in that.
I mean, we talked about Liz's baby Eldar.
Yeah.
That she's doing for epic scale.
Yeah.
And you could definitely do that for Titanic or Imperialis if you could, you would need some community rules for them.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. I would love to see it.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, I don't think we're going to.
No.
Okay. So let's move on from the Eldar to the orcs.
Yes, let's do that.
Okay. So you have a couple things here. You have the Gargants.
Yes.
Right? The Gargants are the orc equivalent of a Titan. They're enormous. They're the stomping war machines shaped in the crude likeness of the orc gods Gork and Mork.
And at the knight level, you have the Gorkanaut and Morkanaut.
Right.
In the orc army.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
And so
one shooty and one stabby.
Exactly. And it's the same thing here.
Yeah.
Gork is brutal and cunning.
Yep.
Or cunning, as the orcs say.
Cunning,
probably.
Yeah. Brutal and cunning. And Mork is cunning and brutal.
And so his Gargants tend to be straightforward, smash everything juggernauts.
Right.
And Morks tend to be using tricksy weapons or sneaky special mechanics, or like hidden flamers or
and are very often blue.
Yeah. So to an orc, though, these machines are kind of the embodiment of their gods.
You sense a theme here?
What's the theme?
God machines?
Yeah. Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
That's a good point. So they make tons of noise.
Yes.
They belch out smoke everywhere.
Yep.
And all the devastation that they create is considered holy by the orcs.
Yeah, and they actually carry a bunch of orcs inside of them.
Yeah.
Because in 40K, the Gorkanaut and Morkanaut are both transports. You could put a unit of 10 orcs in there. Yeah.
Of course they are.
Yeah, well, the Stampa is a transport, the Gorkanaut and the Morkanaut. And I would argue that the Stampa is actually more on the line of a Warhound Titan.
Yeah, it's probably closer
than a Knight, because they're massive.
They are big.
And they're 1,000 points. Yeah. Warhound Titan is 1,100.
Yeah, so I think that's probably the equivalent. I think you're probably right.
Yeah.
I think you're probably right. The Gargants, though, are these massive. They're built in these massive mech workshops under the direction of the most skilled big mech of a WA.
Yeah, and they'll have a bunch of big mechs actually riding in them and keeping them running.
Yeah. And they are not like precision crafted machines, much like the rest of orc machinery. Stuff, it's fusion of scrap metal and looted pieces of armor and weapons and belief. Orc intuition.
Yes.
Is what I put in the
Yeah. They don't realize they're using magic, but they're using magic.
Held together by rivets, welds, and faith.
Very good. Well done.
The interesting thing about these things, and I remember first kind of seeing them, is they look ramshackle. Now, we'll get to this in a moment, but they look ramshackle, but I think that's deceptive where orcs are concerned.
Yeah.
Like, things that look ramshackle are not necessarily...
You cannot take them lightly.
Yeah, they can be super tough as well. So,
they still hit on fives.
Yeah, well, as they should. Every Gargant has a very distinct personality.
Yep.
So they creak, groan, and bellow. And the mech boys even claim they have a mech spirit.
Oh, never heard of that before.
That needs to be fed oil, squigs, and the occasional unlucky grot.
Yes. Yes. My Stampa has a grot hanging off the back, connecting two wires, and he's all electrifying and stuff like that.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Does the model come with that? Or?
No, my friend Anthony modeled that on the back of it.
That's pretty cool.
Because the Stampa, my Stampa has a launch ramp because I had Storm Boys jumping out of it, and both my Gorkanaut and Morkanaut had little platforms because that army was just a bunch of Storm Boys jumping out of these big walkers.
Nice.
And that's why I had that aircraft carrier theme.
That makes sense.
Yeah. But Gargants, yeah, I mean, they're like that to to an exponential degree. So they have orcs kind of hanging off of it and climbing out of it and jumping out of it. And I mean, there's
this scene in one of the Gaunt's Ghost books I just read where they're attacking an orc
Gargant.
And they have to like get on board the vessel. Like they jump from a building onto one guy like falls down to his death and stuff. Yeah. It's pretty cool. Excuse me.
Well, it's in, I want to say it's Hell's Reach, where the Gargant's coming toward the command center and they got to figure out a way to distract it.
Yeah.
And they're like trying to launch all this stuff at it and it's just basically not having it. Yeah.
So they run on immense boilers and warp-fueled engines, and the orcs collected belief, as we've talked about.
Right.
So fires pouring from grills, like they're just engines of pollution.
Yes, yes.
And grot teams and orcs are constantly repairing them mid-fight.
Yep,
so,
yep.
And the other thing I would say is they move very ponderously.
Yep. They're slower than Titans.
Yeah.
But you don't want them anywhere near you because they'll actually have like weapons that can create ground shaking damage and things like that. Yeah, they're pretty
Some have been described as still walking for days after being decapitated.
Yeah. Just kind of wandering about, like a chicken with
probably
his head cut off.
smashing through stuff.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
So then, beyond even that, are the Witch and Mega Gargants.
Gee, a Witch Gargant. Man, I've heard that theme somewhere before.
A Witch engine is this rare type of Ork Gargant.
Of course it is.
That is commanded by a particularly powerful weird boy.
Yeah.
And whose natural psychic abilities are further enhanced by technological means. So he's plugged into this thing.
Yes.
And
does the Gargant have like its own spirit that he communes with?
Probably. Yeah. But more importantly, because he's plugged into this thing, it's protected by this like powerful psychic weaponry and psychic force fields and things that it enhances the weird boy's capability to deliver. So yeah.
And then you hear a lot of people talk about mega gargants too. So these huge, kind of like Imperator Titans.
Yeah. They're also called great gargants.
Yeah. Same so the mega gargants. There's the Beast, what's it called? The
War of the Beast. War of the Beast Arises.
Yeah, Beast Arises series.
Yeah.
That whole battle on Ullanor, they end up dealing with a lot of these big, nasty.
Yeah. In fact, in the War of the Beast, they have this thing called the Temple Gargant.
Yeah. That's a good series. The Beast Arises.
Do you think so?
Well, I think it's important in terms of the lore of 40K.
I sure didn't like that series at all.
Well,
I actually didn't complete it.
You have to think about the context and the age in which it was written, right? Because let
me tell you this. So the first book, which was launched by Dan Abnett, is probably Dan Abnett's weakest book. And if you read that and you read Horus Rising, like they follow a very similar theme.
But
through the whole thing.
I feel like the books of that era were much more in the comic book style of storytelling than the current.
I disagree.
Storytelling.
I think they were looking for another series because they were doing the Horus Heresy and they were like, this is how we do this series. And so they said, we'll go with the Beast Arises series. And while it may...
Is the Beast Arise happen the same time as Horus Heresy series?
Oh, yeah.
I thought it was before that.
No. I mean, what I'm saying is not in the timeline, but when they launched the
Oh, is that
series,
right? I thought it was launched way before that.
Oh, no.
Oh,
no.
I take it back then.
No. And I think anytime the orcs are involved, it feels kind of comic booky.
Yeah. That's one of my complaints with orc lore in general.
What was there's a Ren's World.
Yeah.
Is written, and I didn't feel like the orcs were comic booky in Ren's World. And that one is written by Steve Parker. And that one felt more gritty, I felt, than
less
the
comic
others.
booky.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But I don't know. Your mileage may vary.
Yeah,
I really
for sure.
enjoyed that. That book. So great.
But that's where you first hear about the Death Watch.
Yeah,
isn't that series?
Was it
book 4 or 5?
He wrote a Death Watch, first book of Death Watch. So anyway, great Gargants. Let's get back on topic here. Great Gargants are even larger.
Right.
They often double the amount of super guns that are found on smaller Gargants. And they are just like massive. They're like mountains. They're sorry, I'm confusing two things. Great Gargants are again double weapon Gargants, but then you have the mega Gargants.
That's what I was talking about.
I think I said they're the same. They're
not. Mega Gargants are the really big ones. Yeah, the biggest. They're the Imperator Titans.
Now I have seen people custom build these things sometimes, and much like the Imperator Titans. Like these things are just ridiculously huge.
Well, Dave Gormley built a Gargant to transport his entire 3,000 point army at the Grand Narrative last year.
Right.
And, but that was, I think we would have considered that a Gargant, not a Mega Gargant.
Correct. The Mega Gargant, by Orc standards, Mega Gargants are extremely complicated machines that only the most brilliant mech boy can engineer. And they have the most devastating Orc weapons deployed in the largest WAs.
Yes. Skull Crusher Mega Cannons.
That's right.
But these things, they'll have like these huge, like larger than Demolisher cannon style, like artillery things coming out of their stomachs.
Yeah.
And they've
it's ridiculous.
They'll have these big double Gatling eye cannons.
They're so goofy looking.
Yeah. Their eyes are both like these huge mega cannons.
I think it's kind of brilliant though. I mean, like how goofy looking they are. Like I think it really embodies the Orc personality super well.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's like really you're talking about like what were the smallest ones you call it? The
Gorkanaut and
Morkanaut, right? And you just see like the scale, just like an Orc would think, well, I got to make it bigger.
Yep. Yep. Well, it's how they determine who's the strongest Orc in the group. He's the biggest, baddest dude who can smack the most people in the head.
Right. I just find it like a fascinating, and I joked before about, when we were at Kubla Khan one year and I'd been drinking and we were out at Mexican food. I'm like, I could buy an Orc army on my phone right now. And,
right.
And I've always threatened to, I'm not interested in actually playing Orcs at this point.
You know what? I wasn't either.
Until you did.
For years and years and years until I did.
I got enough. Enough armies. I'm just going to keep building on what I have at the moment.
Yeah.
But boy,
I did not expect to like it, but I actually had a blast.
I'm surprised like that you didn't expect to like it.
Well,
but you did it for the
Grand Narrative,
and then you just kind of really fell into it.
I just thought it was great. Yeah. I think they're a blast. I think it's so funny. I mean, part of it is because, we're kind of going off on a tangent here, but, one of the things I like playing the game just to have fun.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And I, it's like, oh, you brought a list that was the same as the world champion list. Good for you.
Yeah.
I'm going to lose this game. I don't care. I'm killing that thing right there on the table.
I do feel like it's not that easy. Like you could look at like a world champion list and be like, but do you know how to play that list?
Right. It's not
like
the cars, the driver.
There's a little bit different.
But my point is that we've talked this.
Yeah.
Ad infinitum about the differences of what you bring to the table. And for me, bringing an Orc army, I'm already all in and I'm just here to have a blast.
You hear it when you're talking about your Doof Warrior wagon. And, I mean, like, I think that it like a Chaos army lends itself well to customization and silliness. I think even more so with an Orc army.
Yeah.
So
the most, because you can use any vehicle or anything from any
just
army.
Make it an Orc thing.
It's like, we're looting it.
It's really clever in that regard.
Yeah, it is.
So this is, I think, representative. The Gargants, I think, are representative of that even on a bigger scale.
I've seen people who actually will loot an Imperial Titan and make an Orc Gargant out of it.
Loopy took a Thunderhawk and turned it into Orc Thunderhawk, and I was like, "Oh my god,
it's amazing!"
$700 model you're mutilating, but to his Orc mind, I mean that was what you did. So so you can find a lot of artwork about like the Orc Mega Gargants and that kind of thing from old the old like style artwork of 40K, where it really just kind of shines, I think. So anyway, pretty cool stuff.
Yep.
Let's take a break. We'll come back. We still got more to talk about.
More Titanic topics.
We'll be right back.
Sorry I'm late, guys. I just finished a tank weathering class with Justin from
Hey, Travis, that's great. But Blake and I came up with the greatest event ever.
Really? I'm all ears.
All right, tell him, Ed. But start with the best part.
Okay, it's a 40K GT, and the best part is it takes place on the beach.
But
I know what you're going to say. How can you enjoy the beach when you're playing all day long? Here's the best part. It's only 2 leisurely 3.5-hour matches per day.
yes, but
Let me stop you right there, Travis. The best part is this is an all-inclusive 4-day, 3-night retreat with lodging and 10 meals included for only $400.
I know because
I haven't got to the best part yet, Travis. The best part is it's in Hawaii.
guys, that's great. But it's already being done.
Really?
Yes, War on the Shore is a GT that takes place from January 8th to the 11th in beautiful Honolulu, Hawaii, and it incorporates everything you've already said. But you want to know what the best part is?
What?
It's for charity.
For more information, head to tablewarcharities.org/events and aloha.
Okay, we're back. Still talking about Titans because there's a lot to go.
Yeah.
There's a lot to go. Let's delve into the Chaos Titans now.
Yeah, we talked about them a lot last time.
So I mean, we'll kind of,
DS.
I think, breeze through some of this, but there's a couple things I learned when I was doing some research here, and those were, okay, so when you talk about Chaos Titans, you have, they're basically corrupted Imperial Titans.
Right.
Warhounds in the service of the Chaos Gods have been dubbed by the Imperium as feral class
Oh, that's funny.
Warhound Titans. So I think that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Like that's kind of a cool name. And then Reaver class Titans have been dubbed Ravager class Titans.
Okay.
But what's interesting is they still sell it as a Chaos Reaver Titan on Forge World's site.
Sure.
But technically, I guess it's referred to as the Ravager class,
Yeah.
which I think sounds cool.
Yeah. I mean, the story that I was talking about in the last episode where the guy is fighting with the demon
Yeah.
in the Titan as the battle is going on, it's very interesting. Yeah. And then there's one of the novellas, there's a Warhound Titan that comes attacking the Emperor's children, and Fulgrim takes it on one-on-one.
You got to show how cool you are as a. I mean,
it's a wild scene. Anyway,
Magnus destroyed a Titan. He crushed it.
Yeah.
Anyway, so then, interestingly enough, the Warlord class Titans are not broadly reclassified. So they're not like Warlord.
It's based on the god.
It's based on the god,
Right.
So, as much as you would expect, a Banelord class Titan is dedicated to Khorne.
Yep.
A Plague Lord class Titan is dedicated to Nurgle. A Pain Lord class Titan are those dedicated to Slaanesh.
Don't tell me that the Tzeentch one's called a change class, a change lord.
Warp Lord. You're close. Warp Lord sounds cool.
Yeah, that sounds cool.
Class, which are dedicated to Tzeentch. So, as I was doing this, the other thing I realized we neglected to mention in the Imperial one is there is the Imperator Titans also have a variant we didn't mention, which is called the Warmonger class Titan.
Right. But did we talk about Warbringers? Warbringer is
I think so.
Slightly larger than the Warlord.
The Warmonger class Titan is an Imperator Titan.
Right.
But it's armed with like more long range stuff.
Yeah, it's just more of an artillery
it kind
platform.
of sits in the back and fire stuff, whereas a regular Imperator Titan can kind of get in and mix it up too. So anyway, I just realized we had neglected to mention that. And then so look, I think from my perspective as a Chaos player, like, of course they were like, oh, there's a Chaos version of this.
Right.
When the Knights came out and all the Chaos players were like, hey,
where's our Chaos Knights? Yeah.
Forge World put out
a frame.
At
first.
armor plates that you could
Yeah.
put on
Yep.
to a Imperial Titan or Imperial Knight and make it a Chaos Knight. I think it's only natural that you would have this in play. On the table, very much like we talked about during the Imperial Knights. I think we've talked about where they sit, what they should be.
I wish they would put them into Imperialis or Titanicus.
I do too. They do in a way, like you have based on the
Traitor Legions
the
versus
legion that you are playing, you get different benefits, but it doesn't feel like you don't pick like, oh, this is my corn based guy.
Right.
And this is my, so it's not quite as in depth as that, but it does play very differently. If you remember those rules when you're playing, which I don't play enough of to really remember.
I hate that you get into turn 3 and go, I was supposed to be doing this every turn. Yeah,
I should have been doing this, which would have been really helpful.
Yeah.
But I do think it's somewhat represented. And then
what do you mean the whole unit doesn't feel no pain?
Right.
Only that one guy?
Right. And then the other thing I would say is that people do model their Titanicus Knights when they're chaos. In a chaosy kind of way, although they're just using basically.
Yeah, I mean, it's like we talked about. Chaos and Orc players have that
freedom
to be able to modify stuff. Yeah.
Josh has heavily modified one of his. Knights,
It looks great.
And it looks really cool.
Yeah,
and I've seen a lot of people do it.
Yeah.
I don't have those kind of guts. Like it's a pricey model, and I don't have that kind of vision sometimes to make it.
I definitely do not. We've talked about this, but I can't see it.
Yeah. So anyway, you do get like trader side benefits, but it's not quite like you would. I don't think it's that good.
You're not calling on the blessing of Slaanesh to do whatever.
No.
Right.
If I recall correctly, no. So okay. So I mean, like I don't think there's much more to really say about the chaos.
Right.
It's the dark mirrored version of the Imperium,
and they're represented really cool in the lore.
Yeah, but I will
in books,
and I will also say the models for them, are fantastic.
But they don't do
a warlord.
No.
They
have a warhound and a reaver.
Yeah,
but not a warlord.
Yeah. So I imagine though, there's probably people put out stuff you could 3D print to then attach to. And make your own thing. But again, I think that's a pricey model to start just kit bashing on. Now, for me, I would have a comfort level of, I have these 3D printed plates that I use in place of these other plates to make.
Yeah, if you're just doing the plates.
But for me to be like, well, now I'm going to cut this open and tie these wires to this. I'm like, oh man, I get real.
Did you see the thing that Osborne posted? Dan Osborne posted of the.
I did not.
He did a Chaos Warhound Titan.
Okay.
With one arm, it's blown off, and there's like sparks and things going on the inside, and it's all gooey looking.
I just don't
really
have.
Cool.
I just don't have the guts to do something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, listen.
Dan does great work on Titans.
Dan does great work. So let's switch over to the Tyranid.
Yes.
Tyranid Bio Titans.
Ooh.
So there's two that I really call out here. And the first is the Hierophant Bio Titan.
Yes. Big spider looking
I owned one of these.
Yeah.
And sold it to Bryce.
Yep.
It is a spindly model where its legs are concerned.
They've changed the model a little bit. It's not quite as delicate as it used to be.
Really?
Yeah.
The ones I've seen, mine sat on its legs for years.
Yeah.
Eventually those legs kind of tend to bend because it is thin.
It's heavy, yeah.
And it's somewhat heavy. The body of it is somewhat heavy.
Most people put a little peg underneath to support
the body.
Yeah.
So it's not actually standing on the legs.
Right.
It's sitting on the stand, if you will. But these are massive.
Yeah.
These are massive answers that the brood mother or the hive mind has created.
Yep.
To send into the battlefield. They have these massive bio cannons and
chitin blades,
and they're armored with thick chitinous hide that exudes poison spores. This is a really important piece.
Yeah.
Like even getting near them, they're like exuding this stuff.
They give also the little spores that you used to use in the Battle from a Crag box.
That's right. And it has a belly region that's quote unquote vulnerable, but it's protected by spiny tendrils that lash out at enemies that get too close.
Yeah.
And as its last defense, it's equipped with poisonous sacs that exude gas and lethal to non-Tyranid creatures from vents in the armor plates. Now, what I will say is in one of the newer levels for Space Marine 2, they have one of these.
Oh.
Have you not played that game or
No.
seen it? Oh, man. Dude.
I've seen it. I haven't played it.
They do Tyranid swarms really well in that game. Really, really well.
I've watched some of the video, but I've never played it.
Yeah, and there's a moment where there's part of a scripted moment, whereas you are kind of running out to the platform where you're going to fight the thing. Initially, you see it in the distance, like firing at the Imperial Guard forces and that kind of thing. And then as you get closer to it, there's a point where you come out of this elevator and you run across this thing and it like walks over you.
Oh God.
It is really impressive looking. Like the first time you see it, you're like, whoa, that is amazing.
Yeah.
And
in the rules, it can like, it heals wounds.
Yeah.
It re-knits basically. Yeah.
Yeah. And in that case, in the video game, they use like basically mounted laser platforms to like fire at it times to destroy
you have to, man.
One of the cool things in I'm trying to think of the name of the Imperial armor book that dealt all with the Tyranids.
The one with the Inquisitor who was trying to tame them?
Yes. It's kind of Jurassic Park.
Yeah, it's very Jurassic Park.
At the end of that one, it's like the Inquisitor is like dying or whatever, and then he looks and he like they take down a Bio-Titan. They're like, oh well, we've taken this, and then he looks and he sees like 3 more coming.
It's like, oh no.
Yeah. So not Kestrel Novum. It'll come to me after this. It's probably sitting over there on my shelf. But
sure
anyway, they can heal. They re-knit damaged tissue. They're massive.
Yeah, Infilian
Project. That's it.
They had a cool base terrain piece.
Cool base terrain piece you can put together. Super expensive.
Yeah, I know. Can't find it anymore.
No, they don't even sell it anymore.
No.
But it's a great model. The
Bio-Titan.
And when it's painted well, and this is why I'm very excited to see what Bryce does with the one I sold him, because the way he's painting his Tyranids,
it's just
that
impressive.
thing is going to be amazing.
Yeah.
I remember seeing one for the first time in person at KublaCon, and a guy had it on the table, and I thought, oh, wow, that is impressive looking. Like it's cool. Yeah, it's very cool.
But this next one I think is cooler personally.
Okay, go ahead.
It's the Herodin. Yeah, the Herodin is this huge flying.
It's almost
creature,
like a dragon.
It's like a dragon. Yeah, it's very much like a dragon, and it has also has biocannons, things like that. But it puts out swarms of gargoyles.
That's right.
In fact, the model comes with gargoyles.
Yeah. They say it's thought the lack of the gargoyle's lack of endurance doesn't allow it to travel far, so it kind of latches onto this thing.
It's like a brood mother. It's like I guess it is like a brood. I mean, they don't have like a Borg queen that's controlling the hive mind. So it's not. Don't think of it in that sense. But it's like a protector for these smaller gargoyles. Yeah, it's a insertion platform.
It's a great looking model.
It's a fantastic model. It's huge.
Yeah, I think it doesn't get the attention it tends to deserve.
Should, yeah,
because it is a fantastic model to see on the table.
It is,
and I love the concept of like all the gargoyles attached to it and then like releasing themselves.
And they come flying out of it. Yep.
It does not have legs.
No,
it does not have legs, and in fact, it has no legs or feet. But it's theorized that once it's airborne, it can't land. Although some xenobiologists believe that it can land and slither on its belly like a snake. But
nobody's
ever lived to tell.
Nobody's lived to tell the tale.
Yeah, so it's only theory at the moment.
Yeah.
But will probably remain theory forever.
They're such cool models, and I almost never see them. I think I've seen one in real life.
Yeah, I've only other than mine, which was never painted. I've only seen one. That's not true. You've seen more than that, but we've seen them. Real life is not really Warhammer World.
That doesn't count.
Where you go see them in displays. I've only ever seen one on a game table like once or twice.
Right. No, Warhammer World, you get to see everything.
Yeah. That doesn't count. Okay. Next up is the Tau KX-136 Taunar Supremacy.
Yes.
Armor. Now, originally I said this is not a true Titan, but then you posted a picture in the show notes.
Yes.
That thing is bigger than I realized.
Yeah. So a Taunar is the supremacy suit. It's the largest Tau battle suit that's out there. My son has one.
Does he?
Yeah. He had a relative who had a discount. And so for his birthday and for
I wonder
Christmas,
how he did that.
For his birthday and for Christmas, he got different pieces, and so he has his Taunar. He's run a list, I think, was like stealth suits in a Taunar.
Jeez Louise.
But it's bigger than an Imperial Knight. It's about the same size or bigger than an Acastus Knight. It's almost the same height as a Warhound.
Okay. It's almost the same height if you include the guns on top of it, right? Because like it has these 3 massive guns on the top of it.
Yeah.
My point is like I would be 6'2" if I had a pompadour.
Well, I mean, but it is bigger than an Imperial Knight.
It is. It without a doubt it is bigger. Like it's it's almost 1.5 times the size of an Imperial Knight.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
For a Castus or a Castigator or something like that, it's about that height.
Right. Yeah. You could actually, if you say this,
I'll share this picture.
Yeah, this picture. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, it's a fantastic suit.
It's gorgeous looking.
It's a great kit.
Feels ridiculously top heavy.
Yes.
Yeah.
They have different weapon systems you can put on it, just like any other battle suit. And so most people use the 3 guns on top, but it also has this big missile array you can put instead.
Is that the triple-barreled pulse ordnance multi-driver?
That's what that is. Yes. Yeah.
It is used to engage enemies at range and destroy Titan-sized targets.
Yes. It's nasty.
And it can be swapped out in exchange for either a Nexus missile system or the heavy rail cannon and fragmentation cluster shell launcher.
Yes, that's the thing I'm talking about.
First off, gotta give
Great
props.
names.
Gotta give props to the names for Tau weaponry. It's just incredible.
Yeah.
Because on each of its arms,
Fusion Eradicators.
Or tri-axis ion cannon.
It just sounds
the
lethal.
coolest names,
Right? It just sounds lethal.
It does sound very Robotech-y.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, which I mean that's where it's coming from.
Yeah.
Right? Of course, it has smart missile system, 2 smart missile systems. Supremacy Armor's Vigilance Defense System incorporates 2 smart missile systems and 2 twin-linked burst cannons.
And so the Earthcast,
This thing has so many guns.
the Earthcast saw a need for something of this size. And so a couple of their top level engineers,
Because they ran into probably Titans.
yeah. So a couple of their top level Earthcast engineers developed this system to kind of get this thing out there against these huge foes.
Yeah.
And also to be able to have this really long range, because Tau likes long range engagement.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And so the Taunar is not going to be in close combat with a Titan.
It also has a barrier shield.
It's
protect
it's designed to sit back and fire long range.
Like Tau.
Like Tau. Right.
So
Exactly.
it embodies the Tau philosophy.
Yeah, there you go. And it's a very, very cool model.
It does look top heavy though.
We sold a lot
Is it
of them.
heavy when you pick it up?
Yes.
Yeah.
We sold a lot of them at the cafe.
Yeah.
They were constantly sold out.
Really?
Yeah. They're so cool. They're so cool. By the way,
Tau players.
By the way, the Warhammer Store and Cafe in Monrovia, LA County, is the only place west of the Rockies where you can buy an actual Tau Manta in store.
Oh, they have it in stock.
Have it in stock.
When they sell that, do they replace the in-stock one?
Well, this is the first time they've ever done it. So we'll see.
All right. Well,
They just now started to
carrying it.
Yeah.
Okay.
You used to be able to order it, and you'd had to wait 3 months to get it.
Oh, wow.
They used to make them to order.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It is a massive model.
The Manta.
The Manta is a massive model, and it comes with
It's
a ton
table.
of Tau that sit in it.
It's a coffee table. I think it comes with 2 devilfish.
So
and like
it is
80
the largest. It is the largest model.
that they make. Yeah.
And if you've seen one in person, you know that.
Yeah.
And if you've seen one in person, you also know where the hell do you use this thing?
Yeah.
Apocalypse games.
Yeah.
I mean, it's really an event. I would say this for almost all of these things.
Yeah.
They are really event models.
Oh, yeah.
Like they are designed to, like I said, I've used my Warhound maybe a couple times.
Right.
When it's not just for terrain purposes.
Right.
I've used my Reaver once now, and not even the official rules for the Reaver.
Right.
I intend to change that coming up in February, but like it requires.
Ooh, February. You want me to bring my Titans?
Which ones do you have?
I have a Warhound and a Warlord.
Are they Chaos?
No.
Then no.
Well, what are you going to fight against?
Necrons.
Oh, that's right.
So
Darn. Okay.
anyway, this is.
I'll put a spike on it.
Put a spike helmet on it.
I'll put some chains on it.
I would like to use it. We will see what the point system values out. But I mean, that's again a good point, right? Like, I don't want to have it overwhelm the game.
Right.
I want other things in the game to be able to take action. And I think it requires something of that size. My dream game, like event game, is there are pictures in an older White Dwarf during the 13th Black Crusade event that they were running. The one that they retconned after.
Yes.
Okay, that one.
Yeah.
Where these guys at an event played this huge Battle of Calth game.
Yeah.
And it is massive. Like that table must be 18 by 24 feet.
Wow.
I mean, like, you could like get in the middle of it and stuff. They had built like huge, like almost like an Arc de Triomphe thing. I mean, it was just so cool.
It's the kind of thing where you need a catwalk to walk across the top of it.
And I mean, literally, like, I bet they got like 2 rounds in.
Yeah.
If that.
That's the kind of thing you play over a weekend.
But yeah, I mean, I would love to partake in something like that.
Yeah.
You know, so anyway, that's what these kind of things
They
are
actually, GW has a drop site massacre board. And I think it's, I think it's,
they've actually just
either
done
12 by 12 or 16 by 16. My Titan has walked on it.
They've actually just done the new one. They showed just recently, like, they created a new, drop site massacre table. And they said it took them like a crazy amount of hours and stuff.
Yeah. Because we used it at the very first, Grand Narrative in New Mexico.
Oh, wow.
They brought out the big drop site board.
That's very cool.
And we got our Titans got to walk.
That's very cool.
It's great. Yeah.
All right. Well, speaking of Necrons.
Necrons, yes.
You have the Necron pilot.
I just want to throw a shout out to the Orca, because you almost never hear about it.
Yeah. So. Very rarely.
Yeah, it's not a Titan.
No.
But it's
a flyer.
It's big.
It's a big flyer.
Real big.
It is. It's aptly named.
Yeah.
When I look at it, I'm like, I can
that's
see
an
why
Orca.
it's called an Orca. Necrons have a pylon, which is kind of a stationary thing. It delivers severe damage.
Yeah. I mean, it's a terrain piece, but it
shoots.
It's a unit, yeah.
But what they really have is the Necron Seraptic Heavy Construct.
Heavy is the key word there.
Yeah.
That thing is like 12 pounds. I mean, I don't know, it's a lot, but it's heavy.
A guy broke this out at the 40K friendly.
Oh my God.
At Adepticon the year I played the friendly.
Oh no.
And I was like, cool. Cool.
That thing has...
And it deleted units. Like every round it was deleting at least 1 or 2 units.
Well, the synaptic obliterators that it has are basically unsavable. They're ridiculous.
I haven't seen the rules for them, to be perfectly honest.
Oh my gosh.
10th edition. But they have singularity generators or synaptic obliterators. And here's the other thing. I also love the language of Titan weapon, or Necron weaponry.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's super sci-fi, up to the point where even in the Forge World book where they're fighting the Necrons, and they're like talking about how they like, this wasn't the Necrons, this was the Imperium, like chained a piece of a star and threw it into the Necron thing. I'm like, oh my God, like that.
You and Jeff talked about dragging a piece of a star.
This is the kind of super science like stuff that I really love in 40K.
Yeah. The model, the heavy construct, it looks like a big, it's not as spindly as the Tyranid one, but it has kind of a crab / spider look to it.
Crab is probably
closer.
Yeah. A crab.
But it's very sturdy construct. It's heavy. The Space Marine Astreus is 7 pounds.
Yeah.
In weight.
It's funny that all that, like, it's 7 pounds.
What?
7 pounds, 12 ounces.
It's one of those things you get to know when you sell them, right?
Yeah. No, I mean, I think it's cool.
And
I think it's cool that you know
the heavy construct. I don't know the exact weight on it, but that thing is heavy. There's one in the case, and when we have to move it to dust the case. Yeah, the thing's heavy.
You could buy it, but it's temporarily out of stock. You could buy it for $400.
Yeah, it's a cool model.
It's cool. I'm not a Necron player, so it doesn't lean into me. But I did play. Like I said, I did play against.
So
this thing.
would you consider that a Titan as opposed to something that's night level?
It's probably closer to night level.
Because I kind of put it in the same category as the Brass Scorpion.
I would agree. But it's the biggest thing the Necrons have, and I wanted to shoehorn the Necrons in there somehow. It is a cool weapon, and I mean, in the weapons it deals deal Titan damage.
Yes, it
so
does. It's definitely a Titan killer.
Yeah, it's a super cool thing. It's like I said, I don't know that it belongs in the 40K friendly. When I'm bringing like, look, my guy's in rhinos and a land raider, and it's like, I destroy that. Now I destroy that. And I'm like, okay, cool. Well, this was fun. Anyway, it was.
Let's go have lunch.
It's like that thing where it's like, there's a record scratch. He's like, at that moment, he knew he was in the wrong event. And I think this may not have been the first year they did the friendly.
Narrator, it was not friendly.
That's right. That's right. This actually wasn't the first year they did the friendly. Because the first year they did the friendly, they actually looked at everybody's list and sent people back. This was a couple years later, and I was like, "Oh, this is not friendly." You know?
Yeah.
So anyway, be that
It's
as
fine.
it may, this is a pretty brutal.
It's a cool model. I mean, it very much fits the Necron aesthetic. Definitely worth going to look up online and take a look at some of the really cool paint schemes that people have done with it too.
For sure. Okay. So let's talk about Titans in various Black Library narrative books. I have quite a list that I've provided here. And in particular, looking for Xenos Titans represented, right? So Path of the Warrior.
Yes.
In that trilogy that by Gav Thorpe, you have Phantom Titans and Revenant Titans represented there. This series, I think, is a little divisive in general. Like people either like it or hate it. I actually found I really liked it. So anyway, I quite enjoyed it. The next one is Valdor by Guy Haley. This is a Warlock Titan versus Tyranids in this particular one, and I think they even came out with. Remember they used to do like those Warzone books.
Yeah.
I think one of these is Valdor.
Oh, really?
Yeah, if I remember correctly. In this one, you have Aeldari constructs form a psychic bulwark of the war effort. Enormous wraith engines are depicted on this planet that's collapsing. Okay. So, Blood of Ix by Gav Thorpe.
Yep.
Phantom Titan is cited in it.
Yeah, it's not a huge part of it, right?
Look, here's the thing. I will say, Xenos Titans are way less represented than Imperial Titans in the Black Library.
I would say that the exception is with orcs.
Even there, like they are mentioned and they sometimes have some, but way less than an Imperial. Like you will find stories about Imperial Titans way easier.
Yeah. But I mean, but things like the Beast,
I think they're the most representative of the Xenos Titans.
Yeah. I mean, like the Beast Arises and Hell's Reach and stuff like that. Those are iconic novels in the series, and they're definitely well represented in those series.
Hand of Darkness, which is an audio story, has Aeldari.
They just talk about it.
God Engines reference. Yeah, the Beast Arises series.
Yep.
Various authors, including Dan Abnett, Guy Haley, Mega Gargants and Great Gargants.
Yep,
we talked about that.
War Boss
by Mike Brooks. Stampas and Proto Gargants. I don't know what Proto Gargants.
That's a series. There's two or three. Brutal Cunning, War Boss. Isn't it three books in that series now?
I only know about the first one.
Okay. But
I've not read.
But they have the Gargants and stuff in there too. Yep.
Farsight, Crisis of Faith. You have Stampa Scale Walkers in that. That's by Phil Kelly. There's Apocalypse anthologies, which have various Gargants in them. Devastation of Ball.
Yeah.
By Guy Haley.
Yep. That's where the Tyranids come and attack the Blood Angels and chaos ensues.
Shield of Ball has Hierophant Biotitans in it. War of the Beast. So this is the series you were talking about. Has Biotitan equivalent referenced in it. Leviathan
definitely is in that book.
Devastation of Ball. We just mentioned that. The Shield of Ball. Did I mention these twice? I went over this twice. Sorry, my bad. I think that's it. So yeah, I mean, they are represented. I agree with you, Adon. I think Ork, Gargants, and such are mentioned more often, but not nearly as much as Imperial Titans.
Well, no, I mean, it's just like this. There's more Space Marine variants than there are anything else. Yeah, right. I mean, there's certain things that
100%
are the drivers of the IP.
Yeah.
Right?
Even Chaos Titans are not mentioned as much as Imperial.
Although
usually they're the targets of Imperial Titans.
Although they, like I said, in that newest book, And again,
you
I don't want to get a lot of spoilers. They talk about it, and in Titan Death too.
That's Era of Ruin.
Yeah,
Yeah, I gotta check that out.
Yeah,
and a Titan Death, yeah, but I mean they're Traitor Titans at that point. And,
right,
and I mean by the time
it goes into the whole psychology and the function of the.
Also, they're mentioned heavily in the Siege of Terra series. I mean, there's a lot of crazy chaos.
Yeah, Deus Irae is actually mentioned in that series later. Yeah.
Yep. So, all right. So I mean, I think throughout this, originally I had this section set as like, how do Titans play on the table?
But we've been doing that all
I think
along.
we've been kind of doing that all along.
Yeah.
And I mean, fundamentally, like my final point is kind of on this. Like, they're just big, colossal models. They're fun. They're delicate.
They
in
can
most
be.
cases. And I think my personal opinion is that they find a place in much larger event style games.
Yeah.
Outside of that, I feel like it used to be a flex kind of owning one, it used to be kind of like, oh yeah, I have a Titan. I don't feel like I'm flexing that I have a Titan at this point. Talking about them makes me want to get it on the table for an event type thing.
Yeah, I think that it's one of those things where you definitely need to, it has to be a conversation ahead of time.
For sure.
We're going to be doing this. There's going to be Titans involved. Even bringing a Warhound, which is 1,100 points, I feel like that's a conversation you should have ahead of time.
You should. It's going to die. I'll tell you.
It is. No, it definitely will. But I'm just saying that's the kind of thing you don't want to surprise somebody. Oh, I'm bringing a Space Marine list.
Right.
It happens to have a Warhound Titan as an ally.
Yeah. I think you should let it be known. Are you interested? I liked your approach where you're like, I have this list with and without the Titan. And the fact that people, took it up and said, hey, I want to play against it.
All six. And it died 6 times.
They want to kill it. And they're probably super excited that they got to do that.
Yep.
I mean, I remember one of the first, big Apocalypse games we played that Big Jim ran that I talked about this. And I had what do you call them? The, since we're changing gears here, I'm lost. The Chaos Space Marine, not the Mutilators, the
yeah.
Why am I drawing
the ones that are
I use them all the time. Obliterators. Thank you. I had Obliterator Deep Strike right in front of a like Bane Blade, and finish it off with their melta guns,
and blew up all over the table.
It just destroyed, and it killed the Obliterators and a bunch of stuff around it. But also, I used to love that it like damaged the terrain near it.
Yeah,
we replaced it with a bunch of rubble and stuff. It was fantastically awesome.
Stuff like that. We'd say, okay, everything auto explodes.
Yeah. I love it.
No rolling for explosions. Everything explodes.
Or explodes on a 4+. Like
no, if it dies, it explodes. Everything explodes.
Anyway, I think they're represented heavily. I think where do they sit in 40K is in large events.
For sure.
But the modeling opportunities are tremendous and exciting, and they're fun to do.
They're great projects, right? For people who are into the modeling and painting. Yeah. These are great projects because they're not simple. Right? They're called expert kits by GW, and they are.
These are the expert of expert kits, especially if you want to pose them in unique ways. Like you get kind of, well, here's your pistons. Cut them to the length that you want for the thing. And that's nerve-wracking, man. Yeah. It is nerve-wracking.
Dude, the Imperial Titans, each individual toe is a separate piece.
Oh yeah, you have to put the whole thing together. And each piston on
each toe, I know.
It's really, really intensive. So it's not something you're going to complete in a weekend.
Nope.
And it's going to require specialty tools.
Unless your name's Izzy Sanchez.
It's going to require specialty tools.
Yep.
It's going to require sandpaper, like all kinds of stuff. And you can't cut corners on that. Now, the thing I will tell you, don't go listen to our Extreme Forge World modeling episode because it's ridiculous in scope.
But anyway,
I said a long time ago after that episode came out, like Forge World reached out to me and they were like, "What the hell, Carl?"
Yeah,
and I'm like, "Hey, you guys want to come on and have a conversation about the modeling?" And they're like, "Yeah, we do." And then I was like, "Okay, let's set it up." And they're like, "Okay, we got to," and then they're like, "Oh, we're not allowed to come talk to you." Yeah. Like they tried. Yeah. Like it would have been a great interview. That would have been a great interview. But what I will say now is there are YouTube videos out there and so much
a lot of resources out there.
There's so much help in putting this stuff together now.
Yes.
It's night and day between when I had that thing.
But it is definitely a project that you want to plan for. You want to have a good dedicated space to do it.
Because you're going to leave it there for a while.
Yeah, it's going to take a while.
And a lot of people buy these things and they sit in the box for a long time.
I have to say my Stormbird has sat in the box for longer than it should have.
I had an Astraeus and I sold it. Like I bought it and I had to have it so bad.
Yeah.
And I love it. Like I think it's a very cool model.
Yeah.
I got it for my Ultramarines.
Yeah.
And then eventually I was just like, I looked at my Titans and I was like, I looked at the 2 Thunderhawks I owned at the time.
And the Astraeus you don't see on the table very much.
And I was like, when am I gonna put this thing out? Like realistically, when am I gonna? And I was like, let's sell this thing.
Right.
It's been interesting. It's hard to sometimes sell stuff like that, but once you let go of it, it's kind of freeing. I'm telling you.
I'll have to open up my Forge World box
and decide what you want to do with that Stormbird. Like it's cool to have, but is it cool to have in a box? Like.
Well, I actually had a discussion with Israel Sanchez about it.
About assembling it?
No, well, he said that he would talk me through doing it. Because I said, hey, I want to talk to you about assembling it, not necessarily painting it, but assembling it. And he was like, no, you're going to do it.
Good for him.
And I'm like,
that's a teacher.
I'm like, no, I'm scared. He says, no, dude, you can do it. And he started talking to me about it. And he said, when you're ready, hit me up.
You should do it.
I should. But
once you get a situated area that you can leave it in for a while.
Yeah, once I realize what part of the state I'm in.
And you need clamps and you need
all kinds of stuff.
You need 2-part epoxy.
I have that.
Which is fine to work with. It's actually very easy to work with.
Yeah, no, I did that for my Warhound. So.
And man, that stuff holds.
Yep.
Like really, really well. But yeah, it's a project, as you said. I would say even the little Adeptus Titanicus Titans, they are projects.
Yeah.
Like they are not quick builds. So be prepared. Be prepared.
But do it. Go for it.
If it's something that interests you, like
go for
there's nothing more rewarding.
Yeah.
So there you go. All right. Well, with that, we're going to take a break. We'll come back and we'll close out the show. All right, we're back to close out the show. Normally, we'd kind of summarize our thoughts, but I think we just did that.
We just did that. We didn't do 3 hours this time.
Boy, I'm glad. I'm glad. I mean, this was kind of like a wrap up to the last episode. I felt like, but I
held back on the Ork stuff because I really love those big Gargants.
It was fun to research this.
Yes.
Like I learned. Yeah. This is one of the things I like about this, and the dangerous things. Like you guys think it's dangerous when we do a show for us. Like let me tell you, researching it, I'm already sitting here going, maybe I should get a Phantom Titan. Like, what am I going to do? You know what I'm going to do with Phantom Titan? It's going to sit there in a box probably for a long time, and then eventually it's going to sit there in the case just like my Reaver Titan. Like it's so rare that we'll actually...
You can sit there and have him like facing off against your huge Cthulhu statue.
Cool. Cool. I have a statue of Gilliman fighting a Chaos Space Marine up there, and I'm like...
It's awesome.
Yeah, and I was like, what am I doing with this thing?
Should run him as a Reaver.
Okay. Anyway.
Yes.
So yeah, I mean, like we said at the end of the last phase, like give it a try.
Yeah.
And if you're interested, try
Go for it.
There's a lot of cool options out there.
And there's a lot of resources to help you build it.
For sure.
Out there.
Okay, so you can leave us reviews on iTunes or your feed of choice. We have a Facebook group, which is still pumping away. We have the Discord, which is probably, I think, more active than even the Facebook group at this point.
Hey, Carl, what if somebody wanted to leave us a message?
Yeah, they can go to theindependentcharacters.com and they can leave us a voice message.
Whoa, cool.
Tell us how we're wrong about stuff, which I appreciate.
But as long as we're only wrong, as long as we're only wrong for 2 minutes or less.
Yeah, you got 2 minutes to give us your message, and you can get on the show. So, get on there, give us a quick call and let us know what you think. Also, you can email me at carl@theindependentcharacters.com. We expect that Josh will be back next episode.
Hey, all right.
So his time away,
his time in the warp,
getting
he's the Lehman Russ of IC podcasts. He's lost.
What the warp in this case is what the contractor told you up front how long it would take and what it actually took.
Yeah.
unfortunately, you never arrive before you left in those contractor kind of situations. And if you're interested in supporting the show, we have a Patreon that you can join, and you get benefits there, as well as discounts to various stores and additional content like the one we're about to record about the Las Vegas Formula One race. I also have another idea for a series that we're going to do in there that we can pull in bunches of different people. Cool. It'll be very cool. But it's not big enough that I would like do. And it's also not necessarily specific 40K related. So I'll tell you about it later. More role playing related. Got anything you want to throw out there?
No, just I'm just waiting to settle my life.
All right. Well, I'm waiting for your life to settle too. I appreciate you. Listen, I appreciate in this time of upheaval you have.
It's been
you've been able to come and
this has been a blast
because we really did miss you on the show. So, okay, so until next time, this is Carl
and this is Adon.
We're coming to you from the Astronomicon, where epic 40K is a state of mind,
and where big stompy things are lurking.
And we'll see you next time.
This episode of The Independent Characters is protected by the Creative Commons license. If you have further questions as to its use, you can find information on the front page at theindependentcharacters.com. Oh.